hit in the face with a golf club. Let's get into it. So, right off the bat, I'm going to have to clarify that unfortunately, I was the one doing the hitting with the golf club. I was not the one who got hit by the golf club. Also, another kind of weird factoid is I actually have two stories about this same thing, different story, but same exact subject, same exact perspective, different kind of golf club. So I'll see if I can get the okay to tell that story, but I know I can tell this one. So back in the day, I feel like everybody somewhere, wherever the fuck you live, somewhere there was a putt golf type place. Like where I was at, it was called Mulligan's. It's not there anymore. They turned it into something else just within the last like 10 years or something like that. But before that, it was like a place where you'd go and they had the arcade games and they would have golf, the putt putt golf, and they would have like I think they had a rock wall and they had just other batting cages, shit like that. So wherever you live, I know like Mulligan's wasn't like this thing all over the world or something, but you got to have some place like that in your city or whatever. So at the time, this is a or not prehistoric, but this is I'm gonna drop a name and maybe some people will recognize it, maybe some people won't. But there was a place called Boomer's Magic Castle, which right now I'm just getting how that's kind of funny that it's called Boomers, just because that's kind of became a terminology or whatever. But there was a place called Boomer's Magic Castle, and it was another type of one of those places where, but it was like they focused on the golf instead of one of the places that I was just talking about where they had this and that and this and that. This place was just kind of strictly like golf. Like they had more golf holes and shit like that. So, and I remember they would have things that you could get in the little machines, like they would have like laser pointers or like ink that you could squirt on somebody and it would like disappear, and like they would have like shit like that. So, anyways, one day I am there with my friend, his little brother, and his grandma. Okay? And we are in like fifth grade era time. Like maybe like fourth grade, fifth grade, something like that. Not out of elementary school yet. Okay? So we're at the putt putt golf and we're just going around. I remember I had like a fucking Slurpee or something like that, like one of those ones where you could only get a red one or a blue one, like when you're at the movies. I had one of those, and I could remember, we're just doing our own thing. We're just trying to get through each hole and stuff like that. Like it wasn't anything crazy, you're just putting. But I shouldn't have put it like that before I get into my role in the story. So what happened was we were at a hole that it was something where like you had I think it was one of those ones where you got to hit it and it has to go in like a loop. And if you've ever like if you know how gravity works or anything basic like that, like on those ones, like you got to hit it kind of hard because otherwise it's going to go up and then it's going to shoot back down at you. So you got to, when you hit it, you got to make sure you hit it so it goes all the way around the loop and then it goes through and to the hole. So, my friend, he goes and he hits his ball. His little brother goes, he's like 2 years younger than us. This is my same friend from my Mexico stories. And his little brother. So, same people. So, they hit theirs and they like it takes them a couple tries to get it to go all the way around, So, it gets to be my turn. And I get up there and me like I grew up playing baseball. I grew up like I was a very very athletic kid, but especially like with like baseball and like golf too and stuff. Like I have swung a bat many, many times and a club many, many times. So like, and I've hit home runs and shit like that, you know. So I know like how to hit something hard. So in my mind, when I stepped up to the little tee area, which it's not a tee, it's just a little divot in the ground, I went up to it, and you know, I'm just like focusing on trying to get it all the way through the loop. So I'm like thinking about it, and I'm like, all right, man, I just gotta like smack the hell out of this thing, you know. So I'm like standing there, and I have my arms down right there at the ball, and I go and I wind up like this, and I try to swing as hard as I possibly can. So I go down and I swing and I make contact with the ball, but when I swung on my backswing up, like when I went like that and I still had the club in my hand, what I didn't realize was my friend was fucking standing right behind me. I don't know why. He probably didn't assume I was going to smack the shit out of it, actually. That's probably why. But he was standing right, like, in the perfect area, like behind me. Like, he wasn't, like, behind me, like, in a line, like how someone would be behind me. But it was, like, he was, like, to the side of me, behind me. So when I went like that and I went all the way through, thank God that this one isn't a, like, this was a putt golf club. The other story I have was a driver, a real ass golf club. But this one still, when I swung up on him, it hit him right in the forehead. Hit him right there in the forehead, and he had this huge fucking bump that was literally like, you know those putters that they give you, like the rubber things or whatever, like he had a mark like this fat on his fucking forehead. And I remember like he started crying and stuff. Like I felt bad, you know? Like I wasn't trying to hurt my friend, you know? Like that was like my really good friend. Like there was never an intent for me to want to do that. I was just trying to hit the ball with enough force for it to go through, and unfortunately I didn't realize that he was standing so close behind me when I hit the ball. So maybe that could be a lesson to someone somewhere, although I would hope that is nobody watching my videos that's like legitimately small going to putt golf, and they're like, I could learn a lesson from this, or hopefully they don't listen to my other stories, but whatever. Point is, I wasn't trying to hurt my best friend. I was legitimately my best friend at the time, like straight up. And, you know, I was not trying to hurt him, so I definitely felt really bad. Like he was crying and like his head was all fucked up, and it was just like, it was one of the gnarliest like welts that I've ever seen. And you know, I've seen paintballs shot up real close and all types of stuff, but that one, like his whole forehead damn near was like sticking out, and it was like the size of the fucking putter, like that big, just on his forehead. So he actually, after, like, you know, he needed a little bit of time, whatever, like, but like after a little bit of time he kind of like chilled out and just like breathed and whatever. So like he got through it and whatever, but like we didn't play any more holes after that. So I guess I kind of ended the game a little earlier than wanted. So anyways, that's that story. I thought you guys might get a kick out of it. I hope you did. Please, if you could subscribe, I would appreciate it. I don't care. I'm never going to have my Cash App up here. I'm never going to have no donations or streaming or any shit like that. I just like telling my stories. I like to reach a bigger crowd, biggest crowd as I can. So that's all it is. If you could subscribe, that's cool. Like the video or something, whatever, that's cool too. But yeah. So hopefully everybody's been doing good. You know, I'm doing all right, hanging in there. And yeah, I will see you guys later. Peace. Go Birds.